Welcome, thanks a lot for hitting on the playlist. In this playlist, guys, we're going to be taking you through everything you need to know to get yourself started on SoRare, so you can actually start acquiring cards, being competitive in tournaments, doing trades, making profit, trading Ethereum. We're going to be covering all of that stuff, okay? If at any point you do enjoy the content, I would appreciate you smashing that like button for me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, then by all means, please do. It means a lot to me. And if you have any comments, questions, thoughts, or anything, just drop them in the comment section. I get back to everyone who comments on the videos as best I possibly can anyway. It's very rare I've never got back to a comment. In the description of each video, you'll have the links so you can get all the free stuff that you can get your hands on to actually get started with SoRare, whether it be your Coinbase account to get yourself some free coin, or whether it be the account itself to get your free starter 10 commons and your bonus rare when you join. If you have any, as I say, any comments, questions, thoughts, anything at all, guys, just drop them in the comment section below. I hope you enjoy the content. It is for you, and let's get stuck into it. Okay, so here's the basics of what you need to know. SoRare is a fantasy football game. It is not gambling per se, so there's no gambling licenses. You don't need to worry about, because SoRare is right now available anywhere in the world. Okay, it's not limited to territories or anything like that. I'll get onto advertising and all that kind of stuff maybe later in this video or another one in terms of how their reach does go global at the moment. But it's a fantasy football game, a premium fantasy football game that you can only enter by acquiring cards to enter the tournaments. Okay, so the cards themselves are all issued as follows. Every licensed player gets 100 rares, okay, and these are the red ones, okay. Each player will then also get 10 super rares, which is a blue card. I've only got a few of them, but I'm sure I'll be able to find one of them easy enough for you. There's my Medina. And then you also get a unique, which means there's only one of them a season, and that's a kind of black and gold kind of effect. Nice looking card. Now, each card, so a rare, as you can see there, my Yusuf Badji is a level 2, so he starts at 7.9. The Jesus Medina is a level 3, and he starts, he at the moment is 18.4. So the rarer cards, the super rares and the uniques especially, they have much more power, so they can enter they enter higher bracket tournaments. They win you more valuable assets and or potentially more coin if you finish top. So that's important that you understand that there is a set amount of circulation on each card, and by virtue of that, they have an inherent value depending on what they're able to do for you on a match day in the fantasy football kind of sphere that this is in. So it is mainly a game rather than a gambling platform. It's all powered by Ubisoft Labs. Ubisoft Labs is like a base for entrepreneur startup companies to get in with Ubisoft and get access to their tech and the people they have involved in the business. This is a press release that went out last year about Ubisoft partnering up with SoRare, and feel free to pause the video and you can read that in as much detail as you care to, but it basically just tells you that that is their partnership that they have in place, which means the tech all runs really smooth. In the short time that I've been on SoRare, they've made now 2 changes to the matrix in terms of how they score the players. It's been very swift, very thorough as well, and they do deliver on all the kind of updates and changes. They've got a lot on their plate now, and things are coming through at a really nice pace. And in terms of glitches and bugs, they're pretty much at a minimum now, if not altogether gone. Whereas when I started on the platform, I might have sometimes had a wee hiccup with doing bids, and I'll come to that in another video in terms of how we buy and stuff like that. But everything seems to be ironed out really, really well now, which is lovely. Now, the SoRare market works on what we call Ethereum, which is a cryptocurrency. The most famous cryptocurrency you'll be familiar with will be Bitcoin. Bitcoin is number 1 and Ethereum is number 2. Okay, it's a much cheaper coin by comparison. Bitcoin is miles ahead, the most expensive per one coin. And again, I'll come to some nuance that you need to be aware of that, okay? But because the way I think of the Ethereum is like an in-game currency. If you've ever played any computer game where there's in-game purchases, there's always like an in-game credit that you can earn to unlock costumes, guns, maps, modes, this kind of stuff. So that's the way I've always kind of thought about it. I don't let it put me off in the sense of like, I didn't really know, I've never traded crypto before or anything like that. I just kind of seen it as an in-game currency, which I still do, and I think it's probably the easiest way to think about it. So one thing I'll kind of throw in there now is because all the transactions are done in an Ethereum, and the price of Ethereum, as we'll come on to, does fluctuate quite often. A lot of the pricing is anchored in what you call fiat currency, so pounds, dollars, euros, depending on what country you're in, depending what your native currency is, but the prices are kind of anchored in that because most people, that's the way they work, in the sense that you know, they think about it, oh, I've put £50 into this guy, or I bought this guy for £200, or that guy was only a tenner. That's the way most people think of it. The longer you come on it, you will start to see things in Ethereum in terms of 0.013 and 0.25, and I'm just talking about different prices basically on different players depending on how good they are, how rare they are, how good at football you reckon they are, that kind of thing as well. The game weeks themselves run virtually continuously. Everything in terms of the data capture for the match performance is done by Opta. So SoRare at the moment basically cover every league under the bloody sun where any of their cards could be played. This week there's not too much on. Champions League qualifiers, MLS, J-League, K-League, I think. No K-League, just the China Super League. But also on top of that you've got like the Colombian League, you know, on top of all the major ones, you know, England, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, Portugal, Holland. They're all there. They're all covered, you know. And yeah, so even if your card, like, so if you were to buy somebody, you own that card for life. Like I mentioned to you before, there's limited circulation. So if you have somebody who had Alexander Sorloth is a pretty good example. I'll show you him. Okay, so there's only 4 Sorloths in circulation from when he had a loan period at Ghent. Okay, so since this period at Ghent, he's went to Palace, he's went to Trabzonspor, and now he's just signed today for RB Leipzig. People who own these cards can use them no matter who he plays for, as long as the Opta coverage is on that league for the fantasy football tournament. So that's part of the investment element that you might have and you might be looking for from other platforms that have let you down on that front. You can hold the guy and he can move leagues, he can progress his career, and you're not worried about, oh fuck, he's moved to China, or you know, he's moved to Turkey or something like that, because it's not actually a negative. In a lot of those cases it might actually be a pretty big positive. So yeah, important to know, guys. So that is pretty much the basics on what is SoRare and just what is going on. Right about now there should be links coming on to the next video in the playlist to get us going. And yeah, thanks a lot. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.